let's just begin with the very basic of crypto. What exactly is the value proposition? You must have heard these terms just thrown around, like store of value, programmable money, and let's just try to understand what it is, right? I'm going to divide the cryptocurrency space into two major things. I have written Bitcoin and Ethereum, but Ethereum basically refers to every other L1 or every other smart contract chain. So let's just begin with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin was like around 2008, it was introduced, and it introduced this concept of ledger is the currency, right? So you have the ledger, and the fact that people want to transact on that ledger is what gives it value. So let's just take an example with banks, right? So why do you want to invest in banks? So there is that trust factor there where, if you're depositing this money, then it is going to stay safe with the bank, or this is a good place to store that money. It is very similar with Bitcoin also. So since there is the blockchain technology and since there is decentralized governance, there's no single party that is going to control your money. There is that level of trust that was it's still building, and it's a gradual process. But that is what Bitcoin gave us, right? It was an alternative way to store your money or store value. Now, how do banks derive their net worth? So, like a very simple question, like I want to pose, like why is SBI more valued than like a company like Yes Bank? Exactly, the trust. Like you have way more trust. Yes Bank has been involved, obviously, in a big scandal about the NPAs and everything. So you're not comfortable with keeping your money there, right? Where you don't know if you're going to get it uh, back, if that's the right place to store your value. But with SBI, you have the trust that if something happens, okay, government is there. They're going to uh, return it to you, and there is exactly not Lakshmi Check Fund. Yeah. So yeah, so that's how basically banks derive their net worth. So in with Bitcoin, it's also very similar, where if the ledger is the currency, so how much are people willing to put, or how much are people willing to pay to be part of that network? And just being a part of that network means, like, the way Bitcoin mining works and how Bitcoin is circulated is these developers are there who are running the transactions through their hash codes, and they get rewarded a certain amount of Bitcoin for the computational power that they are using. So how much are people willing to value the power of this network? And that's why Bitcoin is compared a lot with gold, and how it is a store of value. So Bitcoin is very good at these transactions and making these calculations and removing the need for third parties and having to trust a singular entity, which could very well be a Lakshmi Chit Fund and run away with your money. So it's like a more secure way of dealing with that, and that's how Bitcoin derives its value. It's built on top of the trust of the network, and how much are people willing to pay to be a part of that.